Have you caught yourself gravitating towards subtle luxuries that feel uniquely, irresistibly intentional? If so, darling, the message is clear. You're upper class. And here at Feminine Queen, we're unveiling the elegant rebellion of your evolution. Can you feel it, love? That quiet shift in your soul where chaos no longer feels glamorous? It feels cheap? Like drinking champagne from a paper cup. You're too precious for that now. Gone are the days of settling for hollow noise. Now you demand harmony. A velvety Bordeaux over neon cocktails, dialogues that carve depth into your bones, and environments that breathe poetry. This isn't about bank accounts. It's the quiet revolution of a soul refusing to shrink, trading chaos for curated meaning. Oh, sweetheart, I see you. That little flinch when someone hands you a flimsy paper napkin, that's not pickiness. It's your standards doing a happy dance. Perhaps you've begun flinching at synthetic fabrics or find fluorescent lights jarring compared to the glow of hand-poured candles. These aren't accidents, goddess. They're proof of an innate sophistication rising like a tide within you. Could your life be ascending into high-class refinement effortlessly? Let's reveal the 10 undeniable signs you're crafting a legacy of elegance and why your feminine queen essence has already crowned this truth. 1. You now crave permanence over plastic thrills. Fast fashion isn't just tacky to you, it's a moral failure. You've seen the underbelly, garments stitched by exhausted hands, dyes poisoning rivers, landfills bloated with last season's regret. But this isn't guilt, it's revulsion. Your fingertips recoil at polyester's synthetic screech. Your spine stiffens at puckered seams. You've become a forensic expert in quality, turning garments inside out like a detective hunting clues. A $500 wool coat isn't a splurge. It's a calculated strike against waste. You've memorized the weight of organic linen, the whisper of triple-stitched hems, the way Italian leather molds to your hips like a lover's palm. This isn't shopping. It's archaeology. You're excavating pieces that'll outlive you, future heirlooms your grandchildren will fight over. Isn't it liberating, darling, when you realize that true luxury isn't about price tags, but about pieces that whisper your story? That coat isn't just fabric. It's the armor you wore when you quit soul-sucking job. Those earrings? They're the ones you bought after your first big heck yes moment. You're not just building a wardrobe, you're writing a love letter to the woman you're becoming. Your closet is now a temple to intentionality. Each hanger holds a relic. The trench that survived monsoons in Kyoto, the silk slip that danced through 3 breakups, the boots that walked you out of a life that no longer fit. You've stopped updating your wardrobe. You're curating a legacy. Trends scream consume. Your silence thunders cherish. When friends marvel at your restraint, you smile. They don't see the war you've won. Against impulse, against lack, against the lie that more means better. You've rewired your DNA. Now, scarcity is your superpower. 2. Your no is a full sentence, not a novel. The old you treated no like a grenade, pull the pin, and chaos follows. You drown refusals in emojis, exclamation points, paragraphs of apology. I'd love to, but my cat's astrologist says Mercury's in Gatorade, and honestly, I'm just so overwhelmed with existing. Now, you've deleted the draft. Declining toxic brunches, deflecting invasive questions, exiting group chats, you do it clean. A scalpel, not a chainsaw. You've realized over-explaining is the armor of the unworthy. Setting boundaries used to feel like navigating a minefield in heels, didn't it? But look at you now, darling, turning no into a sonnet of self-respect. That coworker who demands overtime? A gentle, I don't have capacity for that stops them cold. The frenemy who prees about your dating life? A breezy, oh, you're curious, followed by sipping your tea like it's made of molten diamonds. You're not rude, you're sacred. This isn't coldness, it's conservation. Every unnecessary justification leaks power. You guard your energy like Fort Knox because you've felt the cost of leaking it to vampires. That coworker probing your child-free choice? A raised brow silences her. The cousin demanding why you're still single? A smile that says, darling, you couldn't afford the answer. You've learned that no is the ultimate flex, a declaration that your time, your sanity, your life is non-negotiable. Queens don't barter. They decree. 3. You see logos as desperation, not aspiration. You used to think luxury was a logo-laden parade. Now, you cringe at the memory. That monogrammed bag screaming, look at me, feels as subtle as an air horn in a library. You've graduated to stealth wealth, a whispered language only the initiated understand. Your Cartier tank? Its ruby cabochon crown winks only to those who recognize 1917 design codes. Your cashmere scarf? Unlabeled, but its 18-micron fibers hum a lullaby against your neck. You've decoded the truth. Logos are training wheels for the insecure. Let's giggle about your before times, shall we? When you thought that giant interlocking CC made you Chanel, but really, it just made you a walking ad. Now your power pieces are like secret handshakes. That vintage Piaget watch? Only the art history grad at the gallery notices its 1970s Altiplano lineage. Your unlined leather tote? It's buttery enough to make a Hermes artisan blush. You're not hiding wealth. You're transcending it. Real power needs no billboard. You hunt for pieces that outlive trends. A vintage Rolex with a story deeper than its movement, a hand-stitched Bottega Veneta pouch that doesn't scream its pedigree. Your style is a chess game. Every piece strategic, every move intentional. Let influencers flaunt seasonal it bags. You're building a dynasty. When someone compliments your simple outfit, you smirk. They'll never know the silent warfare behind that simple. The hours researching mills, the years mastering fit, the lifetime unlearning the need to scream, I matter. 4. Your grooming rituals are ceremonies, not chores. You don't get ready. You ascend. Morning routines are alchemy. Jade rollers gliding over gua sha carved cheekbones. Hair oiled with Moroccan argan like liquid amber. Each step is a vow. I am worth the time. You've banished rushed mascara and drugstore stubble. Now, even your loungewear is a sacrament. Kettlebell sessions in silk-lined leggings. Journaling in a robe that floats like a Bronte heroine's. This isn't vanity. It's votive. Remember when self-care meant a 5-minute mask between Zoom calls? Now, your skincare routine is a pagan ritual. That jade roller isn't just quartz. It's Excalibur. When you massage your scalp with rosemary oil, you're not preventing split ends. You're communing with the priestesses of Pompeii. And darling, when you light that candle before your bath, you're not just relaxing. You're summoning your ancestors' wisdom. They're cheering, yes, granddaughter. Moisturize like you mean it. Your environment mirrors this rigor. Drawers are folded with KonMari precision. Shelves display perfume bottles like artifacts. You've exiled clutter, not for Instagram, but because chaos dims your frequency. That $300 candle isn't decor, it's a boundary. Its smoked vanilla scent says mediocrity stops here. You've weaponized aesthetics. Every detail, the ironed pillowcases, the orchid in the bathroom, the handwritten notes tucked in your planner, is a hex against the mundane. They ask why you try so hard. You laugh. This isn't effort. It's your birthright. 5. You curate humans like rare art. Your squad used to be a democracy. Anyone with a pulse and a meme got a seat. You're a ruthless gallerist. Energy vampires get their invitations revoked. Gossip mongers are exiled to the hinterlands of scene-zoned. Your inner circle is a vault. Poets, philosophers, wild-hearted schemers who speak in sonnets, not subtweets. You've learned proximity is prophecy. Surround yourself with crows and you'll scavenge. Surround yourself with phoenixes and you'll incinerate ceilings. Let's pour one out for the friends you've ghosted, shall we? The one who called your boundaries extra. The one who eye-rolled when you said boundaries are self-love. Now, your tribe applauds when you cancel plans to finish your novel. They send you Rumi quotes at 3 a.m. They're the kind of ride or dies who'd help you bury a body. But more importantly, they'd talk you out of needing to. That's not cliquish, darling. That's sacred geometry. This curation isn't elitism. It's survival. You've felt the drain of dimming your light for petty applause. Now you demand reciprocity or radio silence. That friend who trauma dumps but ghosts when you're grieving? Archived. The colleague who nitpicks your wins? Blocked mid-sentence? Your time is a black card. Few get to swipe it. Let the masses call you cold. You're too busy building a coven of queens who sharpen your edges, not dull your shine. Feminine queen. Your next test will shake the throne. You've purged the rabble. Now comes the true trial, majesty, the one that separates regents from pretenders. You've mastered the optics. But can you command the storm? What happens when chaos comes knocking, when the world demands you shrink? What's your move when they mistake your silence for surrender? The answer isn't in a crown. It's in how you wield your shadows. 6. Drama feels like sand in your champagne. Public meltdowns? You'd rather swallow a hornet's nest. Where others see entertainment, you see poverty, of strategy, of spirit. You've studied the anatomy of explosions, the restaurant tantrum, the passive-aggressive text barrage, the coworker who mistakes you for their therapist. Your response? A Mona Lisa smile. Not because you're passive, because you've weaponized stillness. Let hyenas howl. You resolve wars with a lifted chin and a 7 p.m. exit. Honey, remember when you'd spend hours dissecting a shady text? Now you screenshot it to your therapist. Let chaos throw its tantrum. You're too busy being the eye of the hurricane. When your ex tries to expose you, you let your lawyer's letterhead do the screaming. That frenemy who innocently mentions your age, you gift her a wrinkle cream sampler, anonymously. Revenge? No, darling. Poetry. This isn't repression. It's the volcanic discipline of knowing your rage is too precious to waste. You've seen how women get labeled hysterical for valid fury, so you've mastered the art of the silent strike. That neighbor who keyed your car? You hired a lawyer, not a scream. The ex who slandered you? Let your success be the grenade. Emotional control isn't politeness, it's your Excalibur. And darling, you swing it like a Valkyrie. 7. Trends are for tourists. You're a time traveler. Fast fashion's corpse rots in your rear view. Your style? A collab between Audrey Hepburn and your future ghost. You raid thrift stores like a thief, hunting pieces that outlived their first owners. 70s suede coats that smell of old rebellions. 90s slip dresses that cling like smoke. Viral TikTok microtrends? They die by sunrise. Your wardrobe? It's a sphinx. Ageless. Unbothered. Confession time. You've started side-eyeing quiet luxury hashtags. Because true style isn't a trend. It's time travel. That lace glove you found at a Paris flea market? It's from a 1930s cabaret singer. And you're her reincarnation. The scuffed cowboy boots? They've seen more breakups than a Taylor Swift album. You're not chasing aesthetics, you're collecting talismans. You've decoded the algorithm of timelessness. It's not about neutrals or capsule wardrobes. It's about myth-making. That emerald brooch? It's not jewelry, it's a plot twist. The scarred leather jacket? A protagonist in your origin story. When trends flatline, your pieces gain value. Not monetary, but mystical. They ask how you always look expensive. You shrug. Truth is, you stopped chasing new and started resurrecting forever. 8. Silence is your love language. You've murdered small talk. Your conversations now breathe like black holes, spaces where facades collapse. You attract those who speak in riddles, not resumes. At parties, you're the sphinx in the corner, radiating more power, nursing a Negroni than others do, shrieking over shots. Silence isn't awkward to you. It's a litmus test. The weak rush to fill it, the wise savor its nectar. Let's play a game, darling. Next time someone asks, "What do you do?" answer with your favorite book quote. Watch their eyes light up or glaze over. Either way, you win. Your silence isn't emptiness, it's a velvet rope. Only those worthy of your essence get the VIP pass. And when you do speak, oh, love, it's like watching a wildfire whisper. This isn't aloofness, it's curation. You've learned that words are currency, and most people are bankrupt, so you spend sparingly. Your laughter is rare, thus seismic. Your compliments are platinum, not paste. When you finally speak about Murakami's metaphors, the ache of a Bergman film, your grandmother's escape from war, the room stills. They realize you don't talk to be heard. You speak to rewild their souls. 9. Your scent is a shadow, not a billboard. You don't wear perfume. You haunt rooms with it. Gone are the days of vanilla body sprays that announce your arrival like a car crash. Now your fragrance is a slow unraveling. Bergamot that bites, oud that smolders, a whisper of tuberose that lingers like a rumor. You've become a chemist of seduction, blending oils like a warlock. Your scent isn't sprayed, it's imprinted. Let's talk about that time someone said, "You smell like my future wife." Your scent isn't a perfume, it's a prophecy. That hint of smoked vanilla? It's the campfire at the end of their existential crisis. The vetiver? It's the soil where their old self is buried. You're not just wearing notes, you're composing a symphony that plays long after you've left the room. This is olfactory warfare. That ex who swore they'd moved on? They'll catch your ghost in a crowded elevator and unravel. The boardroom skeptic? They'll pause mid-sentence, disarmed by your vetiver trail. You've learned, mystery is the ultimate power. Let them chase the notes, citrus, smoke, heartbreak, but never solve you. A feminine queen's scent isn't a signature, it's a collision of secrets. 10. Class isn't your goal, it's your afterglow. You've outgrown the rule books. Etiquette? For pageant queens and pawns. Your power emits like radiation, untouchable, uncaged. You're not high class, you're post-class. A woman who redefines elegance on her terms. Some days that's a ball gown at Trader Joe's. Others it's bare feet and unbrushed curls at a Michelin-starred den. You've divorced approval from your worth. Darling, let's toast to the day you realized classy was a cage. Now, you're feral elegance. Eating caviar with your fingers? Why not? Pearls were made to clash with fingerprints. Singing opera in the rain? Perfect. Your mascara runs like a Pollock painting. You're not breaking rules. You're writing them in lipstick on the bathroom mirror of life. They'll call you intimidating. Let them. You're not here to fit in. You're here to forge a new caste. One where calloused hands from pottery class clutch vintage champagne flutes. Where PhDs and tarot decks share shelf space. Where grace means bending so you don't break, but never bowing. The final test? When the world tries to label you, you don't correct them. You outgrow the language. Darling, if these signs resonate, understand this. Your evolution isn't accidental. It's the result of an inner alchemy, one that Stoic sages would call the art of mastering what's within your control. High-class living, as defined by ancient philosophy, isn't about opulent displays or external validation. It's the quiet cultivation of self-possession, where your choices reflect a soul anchored in purpose, not circumstance. You're not just leveling up, love, you're rewiring centuries of conditioning. Every time you choose quality over clutter, depth over drama, you're not just accessorizing, you're ancestor healing. Those women in your lineage who had to shrink, they're clapping through tears as you take up space. Consider the Stoic who finds wealth in resilience, elegance in simplicity, and power in restraint. Like them, you've begun shedding the superfluous, clutter, shallow relationships, frenetic energy, not out of lack, but because you now recognize abundance in less. Every candlelit evening, every intentional no to distraction, every curated corner of your life mirrors the Stoic discipline of focusing only on what nourishes your sovereignty. True refinement, as the Stoics taught, lies in owning your agency. That cringe at fast fashion? It's your spirit rejecting conformity. That craving for meaningful connection? It's your heart prioritizing depth over drama. These aren't mere preferences. They're proof you're building an inner citadel, a fortress of values no trend can shake. So go light that candle, write that poem, wear the red lipstick on a Tuesday. You're not just living, you're conducting a symphony of self-respect. And darling, the world is leaning in to listen. Stay rooted here where we honor the sacred journey of becoming. Your reign isn't coming, it's already here. Now go dazzle them, or don't. Either way, you win. Until next time, remember, you're not becoming royalty, you're remembering you always were. Click the next video on the screen.